How to learn 10 times faster. The Feynman technique you're not using. There are two types of people when it comes to learning. The first type, they read a textbook, highlight everything, and rewatch the same lecture 5 times, thinking it'll help them remember. But when it's time for the test, their mind goes blank. The second type, they don't just memorize facts, they break things down, simplify them, and explain them as if they were teaching someone else. Which type do you think learns faster? Richard Feynman, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, had a method for mastering complex ideas. And the crazy part? It has nothing to do with memorization. Today, I'm going to show you how the Feynman technique can help you learn anything faster, remember it longer, and actually understand it. Let's get started. The illusion of knowledge. There's a huge difference between knowing something and understanding it. Let me explain. In the early 1900s, a famous philosopher once asked a group of people, "Do you know how a toilet flushes?" Everyone confidently said, "Of course." But when he asked them to explain it in detail, almost everyone struggled. That's because they didn't actually understand how it worked. They just recognized it. And this happens all the time when we study. We mistake familiarity for knowledge. We assume that just because we've seen something before, we understand it. But the moment we try to explain it from scratch, we realize we have no idea what we're talking about. This is where the Feynman technique comes in. The Feynman technique, how to actually learn faster. Richard Feynman believed that if you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well enough. So he created a 4-step process to truly master any concept. 1, pick a topic and explain it like you're teaching a 12-year-old. No jargon, no complicated words, just pure, simple language. 2, identify the gaps in your understanding. Where did you struggle? Where did you hesitate? These are weak spots in your knowledge. 3, go back to your sources and fill in the gaps. Find the parts you don't fully grasp and relearn them. Then try explaining it again. 4, simplify even further. The final test? See if you can explain it in just a few sentences. The more concise, the better. If you can do this, you've officially mastered the topic. Why this works, the science behind it. When you explain something in your own words, you're forcing your brain to process information deeply. Make stronger connections. Identify weak spots in your knowledge. Think of it this way. Passive studying, reading, highlighting, rewatching lectures, is like writing in the sand. It gets washed away. Active learning, teaching, explaining, simplifying, is like carving into stone. It stays. And the best part? Once you master this method, you'll never have to cram for a test again. How to apply this today? You don't need a classroom or a lecture hall to use this technique. You can start right now. Here's how. After studying something, grab a blank piece of paper and write down the topic. Explain it as if you're teaching someone else. Struggling? That's good. It means you found a weak spot. Go back, review it, and try again. Still too complicated? Use an analogy. If you can relate it to something you already understand, it'll stick better. For example, let's say you're trying to understand how blockchain works. Instead of memorizing definitions, you could compare it to a digital notebook that everyone in the world can see, but no one can erase. That simple explanation makes it way easier to remember. The key? If you can't explain it simply, you don't really know it. If you want to learn faster, remember more, and truly master any topic, stop memorizing and start breaking things down. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below on what topic you're trying to learn right now.